You know what these endless Democrat attacks on the president remind me of? Yeah, they think they have him on the cliff. They'll think they'll get him on the move. But it always ends up the same way.
Me.
Is that Andrew McCabe? I can tell. Well, still, the Democrats continue to resort to the same failed tactics against this president. They spent $32 million chasing the fantasy of Russian collusion, and along the way, they celebrated a string of buffoons, kind of cartoon characters in and of themselves. And they imagined these people would once and for all slay Trump. First, there were the two Michaels.
I believe that ultimately he will be forced to resign due to information that is going to come to light in connection with our case.
This dude right here, I think of him as in a Justice League with Robert Mueller to save our democracy.
This behavior is churlish, it denigrates the office of the president, and it's simply un-American.
People are going to start flipping, I think, that Trump never thought would flip before.
This is where it ends for this president.
I love the way it's so dramatic. Then there was Mueller, the Messiah.
Can you repeat the question, sir? Could you repeat that, please? I'll leave it with the report. Can you repeat the last part of that question?
When Law & Order Special Counsel Edition was canceled, well, they reverted to the old standard. You're a racist.
Is the president a white supremacist?
He is. He's also made that very clear.
The president's actions and words have conveyed a very strong sense to many, many Americans that he has white supremacist beliefs.
And he is not only egging on white supremacy and white nationalism, but he is one himself.
What more do we need to see or hear from this racist man?
And all the while, they challenged Trump's every policy in federal court. And activist judges issued nationwide injunctions stymieing elements of the president's agenda.
Nationwide injunctions undermine the democratic process, depart from our history and tradition, violate constitutional principles, and impede sound judicial administration, all at the cost of public confidence in our institutions.
Hear, hear. And this week, the Democrats are back to square one, banking on another disgruntled insider to take down Trump. A whistleblower reportedly claims that Trump made a promise to a foreign leader. Tonight, the New York Times and the Washington Post say that this involves the country of Ukraine. Now, we barely know any of the facts yet, but the left is already assuming the worst.
It just gives me chills to hear you say that. I mean, if you think about this whistleblower, they've got something that's incredibly sensitive.
It's astonishing. I've never heard of anything like this, and it should be deeply troubling to Americans.
This does rise to a much higher level of concern.
And I think this could be something closer to betrayal.
Is this deja vu? Come on. But come on, Democrats don't really care about whistleblowers. Does anyone remember what the Obama administration's attitude was toward whistleblowers? The liberal Guardian newspaper characterized it this way: Obama's war on whistleblowers leaves administration insiders unscathed. And the American media responded with a collective yawn to all of that. But boy, they're all about the whistleblower tonight. They need something, anything, to avoid talking about Trump's actual record. The U.S. economy is the envy of the world as Europe and Asia slides ever toward recession. Let's look at the new OECD projected GDP numbers for 2019, shall we? The U.S. is at 2.4% GDP projection, Japan 1%, Germany 0.5%, Italy down to 0. And they're more at the bottom of the barrel. Well, We're doing better than any G7 country, and the Americans know it. We feel it. Trump's approval rating spiked 4 points to 43% last month. His approval among Republicans is at 91%. That's a phenomenal accomplishment. Imagine where his overall approval numbers would be if we had a press that was even minimally objective. Not all the time, but let's say 30% of the time. But the Democrats believe that they can win the White House through a combination of demonization and investigation. I say let them have at it. If Trump keeps racking up results for the American people, the Democrats will come up empty-handed once again. Next time we'll get him. That's the angle.